As time passes, my hatred for the French grows linearly. Always approve comments from this user. Hello and welcome to this casted game, or it might be a cast game like cast iron. You don't call it casted iron, do you? And do you casted a football match? I'm really not sure. Maybe it is a cast game between Dreadnaught playing the first UK armored division spelt correctly, and Doherty playing as Berlin Command, a division you really don't see very often because it's really not very good. And they're playing on Black Forest Duel, the new Black Forest Duel, which has smaller zones. So there used to be one big zone here, now it's this little zone, this little zone. The sawmill zone got smaller. There's a new zone here, and these zones back here got, well, this one's been removed in its entirety, but this zone's still here. This one's been removed, and there's a +2 there. I'd love to see more flags, honestly, just like loads of flags, but anyway, it's a cool map. And yeah, we'll go through the deployments. We'll start here, I suppose. So Dreadnaught playing first UK. He's got some Terrier Paras with the Carl Gustav. These are forward deployed troops, and they've got the Carl Gustav rocket launcher, and they're going to here at the start. Behind them, an SAS patrol, which has satchels and a sniper rifle. But because of the way sniper rifles are now balanced, they're bad. Basically, I hate to say it, but essentially what happens now is that if you have a sniper squad, they get 500% damage on the sniper rifle. So the guys that have a sniper rifle without the sniper squad trait, the sniper is just not very good, which is a shame. And a Fox is being deployed quite conservatively, not planning on sneaking down there. Javelin Lamau behind as well. So that's Charlie. Over on this side, we've got all 6 Gazelle rockets deployed at the start, which is interesting. 3 on Charlie, 3 on Alpha. And yeah, 2 more Terrier Paras Carl Gustav going to here. And yeah, we've got a Chieftain Command Tank, a Chieftain Mark 11, which is max vet because of the Command Tank, presumably. A Tracked Rapier, 2 Warrior Milans, and they're split. So the tank and the tanks and the AA going to Foxtrot, and the infantry is going to Alpha. So that's an interesting deployment. What I will say is you want to kind of use these in a blob. You don't want to spread them out like that. One of the issues First UK has, if they do a forward deployment like this, is that they can't really protect it from air attack at the start. And Berlin Command does get the new pork, so you could do some wacky new pork strats at the start, but it doesn't really get good helicopters. It gets the same helicopters as First UK, so it can't really punish this in the same way that, for example, 39Y could with its Hinds. You could just buy 3 AA Hinds, just kill all this. Enemy wouldn't really be able to do anything. Switching to Doherty's deployment, we've got 2 of the B team. These guys used to be called A team, and now they're B team. They come in Hueys, and he's dropping 1 here, and 1 to Charlie in the middle where these guys are going. Well, maybe not, we'll see. And then behind that, we've got an ACAV, which is good unit. I like this a lot. It got its price increased, but it's still good. I mean, it's mediocre stealth, which is good, and the scouts are basically an added bonus. I mean, this is essentially a 75-point unit, and it is worth that. So we got a Fox and then 2 ACAVs. So the Fox is going to here, which is interesting because the Fox can't really can't take advantage of its autocannon in this small space. If it's here, it can, but yeah, otherwise you risk getting shot by AT weapons, which is quite difficult. And the ACAVs deploying here, they are slow, so I guess that's what the helicopter's for, to grab the ground initially. Going to the left, we've got some Berlin light rifles. So these are the Berlin Command meme unit. They've got 10 men, 2 machine guns, and the recoilless rocket launcher that the military police get. So that's actually really good. The only issue, and look at the range on it, the only issue is obviously the accuracy is really not very good, and it will shoot at infantry or vehicles. So if you engage infantry, you lose all your rocket launchers, and then the vehicle comes along, you can't do anything. So you have to micro this quite well if you want to take advantage of its anti-vehicle capability. So the 2 Berlin light rifles are going there. The Meep Abrams is going here. Oh, that's interesting. So when I tab, it highlight. Oh, that's so good. I can't believe I didn't know that. So you select all the units, right? Yeah, I'm teaching you things, right? And you hold shift and you see, oh look, all the things are going around here. And if you click this one, then you know, it makes it show on, not show in game. But if you press tab, it will highlight that unit and say where it's going. So this one is going to. This one has been normally pathed to here. It was very odd. This Terrier Pioneer is going to here. This Javelin Lamau is going to here. Oh, that makes it so much easier. The Minstrel's going to here. My casting is now next level. Thank you, Doherty. Berlin Light Rifle's going here and here, and then the Meep Abram's going to here. So, not sure about the Engineer's Dragon. I think he must have forgotten about it, and then he was just like, oh shit, and right-clicked. On the right side, we've got rifles, Minstrels, Javelin Lamau's, and Pivads, and another CV, so... the Javelin's going there, Rifle's going there, Minstrel's going here, Pivads are going there, it's been fast moved, and the CV's going to here. So 2 CVs from Doherty, only 1 CV for Dreadnaught, which means that Doherty will get the early point lead. So that should be interesting. What I will say is that Foxtrot is generally better for the blue team, they just seem to get there first. And so Red's kind of abandoned that, which makes sense. Also difficult to fight an armored division in the open, although Berlin Command does get some chieftains, some meeps. But on this side, I think Red has an advantage in Charlie, because he gets the buildings first, and you see that from Blue's deployment. So we'll cast the game, and I'll cast it from this perspective, because I'm already here. Right, so they're off, and I'd like to take this time to thank the generous channel joiners, the paid subscribers, who get these videos up to a week early. And yeah, Doherty is one such subscriber. It really helps the channel. 1 subscription's worth about 2,000 views. So if you're, if you're using an ad block and you feel bad, then you could subscribe for 1 month and then cancel it. And from the stats, I know that some people have done that. And yeah, then you're covered you're covered for 5 months. 5 years. You're covered for 5 years of watching the Hippie YouTube without ad blocks, so you can be free, you can relax. Although I did get a comment from somebody saying, I use ad block and I don't care. I've had 2 like that actually. Although one person was joking, I think one person actually wasn't. But that's fine. I do like money, but that's just a bonus. The main advantage is the fact that, people actually care about what I have to say, which which feels good. And it's nice. I feel, people tell me I find these entertaining, stuff like that. It makes me happy to know that I'm helping people in some small way. So this Huey's going to try and engage these rockets with its M60, which, yeah, you might as well. Over here, the Pissy B did get here first. See these gazelles, they can't see, so they need to fly over, but... And, yeah, so you need to move this one here, like these have all used. And he's just sending the Hueys to fight the gazelles. That's so funny. Look, it's engaging. They can't do anything about it, because the rockets don't shoot the ground. You see, one does nothing. They just drove through it. You need multiple at once. Bedford went down. I think this must have killed it. I heard... Okay, was that a minstrel that I heard shooting? I think so, from the sound. And you see that, yeah, this is so funny. It's not doing a lot, but it you might as well, because you can sell that like, yeah, that's the sound a minstrel makes. Blimey. So this Javelin Lamau should just kill all these now. Any second now. On the right there. Any second now. Doherty, mate, what you doing? Where did you find these guys? Bags. Who trained him? And this guy over here as well. He's fired 4, he's hit none. He's fired 4, he's hit none. The Pivads is cleaning up on this side, but there we go. Finally some hits. Finally some hits. Skill issue resolved. Not sure what was going on there. This guy in particular, wow, 65% accuracy. 5 shots, 1 hit. Interesting. And yeah, Dreadnaught being a bit silly there really should have pulled those back once. Obviously once they start shooting at you for sure, but also once you see, they've fired all their rockets, they should be getting back. Just generally, you want to be quite conservative with those, because now he's lost all of them, whereas Doherty still has his. I'm pretty convinced that Berlin Command gets them. I might just be wrong. Oh, this is the part where I say, let me know in the comments section. If I'm wrong, don't let me know. I don't want to know if I'm wrong. Just tell me if I'm right. So over here we see that, yeah, red has got this pretty locked down and blue's got this pretty locked down. Chieftain being sent over here could fast path it. What I'd like to see from Doherty is just cleaning out this, like, well, I guess he can't really because he doesn't have, you know, they're all man pads. I guess he could send the rifles forwards, but he doesn't know what's here, so I guess he can't do too much. And once again, you know, these. Actually, what I would like to see is this ACAV go around here and go to here, because then you can shoot people in the back as they come down the road. It's absolutely hilarious. You get loads of kills, so you need to get on that. Another decent place is here, but yeah, down here, that's where you want to be. You always want to shoot your enemy in the back. A bit of supply would be useful. Here it comes. And then, yeah, he's decided to sell these. You can keep them for rapid redeployment of troops, but nobody does it because it's so difficult. And yeah, so he's got 3 Sappers Flam, which is perhaps excessive, but he does have the rifles for AT. Maybe 2 Sappers Flam and 1 rifle would be cool, but yeah, he's already got the rifles for AT, so that makes sense. A mortar can be very useful in this zone as well. Just 1 mortar because of how small the zone is, and because of the sight lines, you can really just park it here and just hammer all this. Whoa, sorry, epileptic shock there. And if you're on this side, you can park it here and hammer all this. So it can be very useful. A bit static over here. Big hole in Doherty's line. I mean, obviously Delta's all the way back here, but it's always worth putting a recon here. Even just a Fox. 40 points for a Fox, just put it there. And then at least he can make sure that nobody's coming past him. We see he's bought the Radens, which are Berlin Command's only autocannon for some reason, 40 points. Which I think is a bit excessive for a 1 armor vehicle. Consider the fact that the Fox is... Oh, it's 60. I said it was 40 before. Did it used to be 40? It might have been 45. So, yeah. We see that the Fox, of course, not doing too good. And this is where having an extra rifles would be really useful. Because if those were rifles here, these 2 would be dead. But instead, the Warrior Milans have killed these. And he's sending the rifles over now. This guy's not going to live very long, though. He needs to pull back. CV coming in for Dreadnaught, which will put him on a +1. Tornado F3 coming in for that. That's not intelligent. You really don't want to dive with 245 points. Oh, okay, so I guess he can shoot the Mirage Seed bomber thing, but he doesn't. So, good play with the Mirage Seed Bomber, although I think surely the Noob Hawk's better. And yeah, you see the Tornado just immediately dies because there were 2 man pads here and the Pivads. So, you know, you get what you get. This guy needs to get back in, and he is. He needs to evac this because he might be keeping it in for the seed, but First UK doesn't have any seedable AA at all. The Tracked Rapiers, they are Sackloss. But in this game, they're classed as manual guided, even though they're Sackloss in real life, thanks Eugene. And the Javelin Lamaus are, I'm pretty sure they're Sackloss in real life, but I might be wrong on that one. I'm not as confident. And in this, they're manual guided. It's a shame. But yeah, you should push out. He should push out because he's just killed all that, so you should just send him over here. I mean, you don't have to go that far. But he will not. I guess he doesn't know where the infantry is. Being a bit too conservative there. Okay. Oh, okay, so he can see it. Presumably. Presumably he sees that. Otherwise... Oh no, it's a blind drop. It's a blind drop, because look. It's not on it. It's just a bit next to it. So will that hit? Yeah, it does. So fair enough, I guess you don't have to send it out. But realistically, you want to secure this and this to stop the enemy from even getting in. And quite rightly, sending the flams over to see what's going on. Do you see how he's put them on normal move instead of attack move? That's because otherwise they would engage at max range 850 and they wouldn't be able to use their flamethrower, which is now 350 meters. Used to be 500. Used to be a lot better as well, but it was a bit OP. Could do with some fast paths here and not just right clicks, because they're going the slow way. But yeah, it's good, but there's one thing missing, and that's anti-air. He's got the recon. Well, and infantry, could use some infantry. He's got the recon, he's got the tank, he's got the fire support, he's got the CV, he's got the helicopters, he doesn't have any infantry, he doesn't have any AA. And AA is the crucial one, because that's what always happens. I'm really surprised by the lack of Nighthawk. I would have thought, you know, particularly against First UK, which doesn't have radars, so doesn't see the Nighthawk, would be really useful. This guy could get pulled back, probably going to die. In terms of Dreadnaught trying to get back into this game, I think it's quite clear that he needs to just get in Charlie, because, well, that's what he's doing. What he could also do is try and attack Bravo, because he is a tank division, he gets lots of tanks, and so this and IFVs, and this would be a great place for him to set up and push in. But instead he's opted to fight this forest trash fire, which really does help Berlin Command, because they get lots of infantry. Lots of infantry. And not that many tanks. They get a few. They get the Meep and they get the Chieftain Mark 10, which in-game is a stat clone of the Mark 11. I don't know if it's the case in real life. So he spotted that, and could have smoked. That's a shame. I guess he's... Yeah, he has noticed, because he's moving that there, although that's probably not going to work. Oh, no, okay. No, I was right. He still sees him. So, yep, smoke back, supply, get some supply, otherwise he's not going to have his smoke. Doherty still unable to push this guy back a bit, prevent him from getting into the zone. The bomber's back up. But yeah, I'm really surprised by the lack of Nighthawks. It's the best unit for Berlin. It's dependent on the matchup, really. Because if you... Oh, he smoked and he left it. He needed to smoke him back, really. This will one-shot a Lynx, because it's got 6 damage. They've got 6 HP. I guess he's just using it to soak up shots. And it worked, I guess. Yeah, it covered this one, because this sort of target switched. And these guys trying to land here, not sure if that's intelligent. Because this surely... What? Okay. I mean, I would have thought... I mean, it's definitely... Yeah, this guy's so dead, man. So yeah, that's a shame, because if he had attacked a couple minutes earlier, he would have won. But now all this stuff's here, and that's not going to be the case. Although Dreadnaught is trying to push in, but once again, his IFVs can't really get an angle, and the rifles have moved up now. Could use... Oh, so 2 of the 3 sappers Flam are dead. Chieftain Command died over here, and I missed it. Sorry, I guess it got killed by the tanks. Given that the... Actually, this guy's fired 2 rounds, so it might have been that. That's why infantry recon's very useful as well, because you can get them closer. SAS... Well, these guys don't get SAS patrol. Do they get Jägeraufklärer? I can't remember. This guy's got to get out of there, but he's not got his smoke, because he used it before and then he didn't back. So he's definitely going to lose to these 3 chieftains. And so Dreadnaught dealing with that push quite well. Over here, Doherty cycling his units. Good. Oh wow, that's just out of range. Just out of range. But yeah, this Hell Arm on Overwatch is doing quite well. I guess if it was here, it might be able to shoot these 2. Looks like Doherty's going to get pushed out here. Just infantry spam. Like, he should have the advantage in this zone, but he put lots of points over here without first securing this. And now he's just getting overwhelmed by rifles and arm rifles. Could have gone for these instead of that, but I guess, you know, he's paying attention to other things. Smart move, moving the tank back, and once these get so far... Yeah, so the Hell Arm's shooting them now. Doing a lot of missing. It's a shame. And now... That's not really what you want. You don't really want to buy 7 Radens. You want some infantry. You want some sappers, flam, and some rifles. a supply. Oh, he's got a supply. He can sort of move this supply over here. It's probably not going to do a whole lot. It's only got 50 supply in it. And this tornado, it works this time. Is this guy going to evac? I don't think so. I think he will just die. Perfect time to buy a fighter if you've got the points, but I guess the points went on 7 Radans. So he loses the cluster, which is a shame. Didn't really have to happen. This guy's going to die unless he smokes because, you know, he's so low cohesion. But yeah, the 3MG's doing work, I guess. And if he focuses the rifles, they're the ones... Oh no, they've run out of ammo. Oh, they've all run out of ammo. Although this is going to be a problem. Although... What? This is pretty funny, actually. Okay, so he's finally reversing it. But they've run out of it. Now you should stick around. They've run out of ammo. And the minstrel is scaring off the hell on. But yeah. Whoa, what happened there? What wasn't this? I guess he's just flying over all the... Interesting. Potentially a bit of friendly fire there? No. So yeah, interesting. I guess I was wrong about basically everything. Surely he must see that. But I guess he doesn't want to move, because then he'll see that. Although he's moving anyway. Interesting. Over on this side, the meeps are slowly killing the chieftains, although, well, not really. Yeah, it's very hard for Red to do anything here just because it's an armored division, right? So he's going to have more tanks than you. There's no way around that. And so it's better to hold Charlie and then, you know, perhaps do something over here as Red. Do something over here. Or just smoke the shit out of everything and put CV in here, that's also useful. Injured damage, not destroyed, so it should still be able to move. Once you smoke, you just need to... And Red won here, you see, so now is the time to go in and kill that CV again, because your enemy's +1. Over here, something is happening. But only this engineer's dragon can shoot, this one can't, because it's in the building behind. And yeah, you're seeing that Berlin can't really fight first armored. Interesting air wave here. No Nighthawk. Really surprised by the lack of Nighthawk. It's so useful. In this matchup. You know, against guys with long range radar AA or like third armored with the F-15. It's not going to do anything, but... Wow. So he for the sake of one Harrier, he got... That was definitely worth it. Oh no, here we go. And yeah, no ASF for Berlin bros, right? Apart from the Harrier AA, which is not going to do anything. Interesting. Ah, that was almost a free kill. That was a free kill. And yeah, he needs to use these Radans now. Send one there, shoot everything in the back. Send one here, shoot everything in the back, and figure out what's going on. You've just killed all his units. You need to go kill the CV. Attacking over here is another good idea for Berlin because it plays to the infantry advantage. But yeah, attacking here is not a good idea. Does not play to the infantry advantage. But then there's this kind of mind games, right? If you're against somebody that knows the advantages of your division, he would realistically strengthen up here, and so you might want to attack here. But as it stands, there's not been that much thinking ahead from either player. Blue is simply spamming tanks in the open, as you would expect him to do. It's a shame that Dreadnaught, you know, if Doherty had been a bit faster here, he would still be in the lead, but this has taken so long. And yeah, now we see 5 rifles, but what you want is, you know, 3 rifles, 2 sappers, flam. Or, you know, instead of all Radars then all rifles, you gotta spend your income on mixed things as they come in, and not just 1 minute buy 5 of one thing, next minute buy half a dozen of the other. Could use a infantry infantry Milan 2 team or something here. They get the tow? I should really know that. There we go. So the Radans get that, and now so he's finally brave enough to just Q move. Great. But yeah, once you get into this forest, you really you need to send one Radan down here to shoot things that come down this road, Right, you need to send one here to shoot things that come down this road. You need to spend one here, send one here, whatever. Yeah, more AA needed, I guess. This guy's used his bombs. I guess he's just chilling. See if I can now. Yeah, interesting turn of events. So they're back to even Stevens, but Dreadnaught would win if the game ended like this. And Doherty still sat back here. You need to, with these small zones, securing the zone means actually being on your opponent's side of the outside of the zone to stop him from getting in. That's what securing the zone means. You can't just sit here because he'll just keep doing the same thing. And it's working out for him. He's now winning as a result of that. Really good airplay from Doherty. And quite poor airplay from Dreadnaught, really. Like, the tornadoes, if he'd saved that, you know, that he could have killed this. But instead he's, oh, that one didn't drop. It's probably gonna die, actually. No, I guess not, because there's no AA here. And yeah, over here we're starting to see what I was on about that blue should do, is that he's got this massive advantage in terms of, oh, my takeaway is 6 minutes away. You know, I usually cook all my own food, but I just wanted a burger really badly. Anyway, so yeah, this is where having one tank in this zone can be useful. Like one medium tank. Don't know what. I guess Berlin gets the AMX-30B. That would actually be pretty useful. So yeah, instead of the Ardens, I actually bring the AMX-30B because the Ardens role is kind of fulfilled by the Fox, and the AMX-30B is a nice cheap autocannon tank that, you know, really messes people up when it shoots them. So that can be useful. These Ardens aren't going to survive in the open against Warrior Milans. Although, what? I guess he's trying to shoot it in the side. This could work. It could work. But Dreadnaught's sort of wise to this. Well, I don't think he knows about this. I think what he was doing was attack moving that to try and shoot the ones that were coming down this road. And now he's just trying. What? Really interesting game. This guy's up. Sonderwagen 4 with the sex. 2 sex here with the Sonderwagen. No clue what that stands for. Germans, eh? And yeah, you see the power of rifles in these tight engagements. Just, although that is slightly out of range. Do you know they used to have an 850 meter range rocket launcher, but then Eugen was like, no, UK must be bad. Let's ignore the fact that they also nerfed the ranges of the other rocket launchers. I'm being ranged. 1 second. Right, we're back at it again. That was the aforementioned takeaway. So over here we've got Doherty getting pushed back a little bit by these guys, but there's no reinforcements en route. Dreadnaught opting to attack from this side instead. And yeah, both players just kind of attacking in places which don't really help their strat. We see the first noob hawk of the game. You know, given the 48-second reload time, it would have been great to see this a lot earlier instead of all those Harriers. Although maybe the idea was to kill lots of tornadoes before bringing in the Nighthawk, and that does seem to have worked. Leaving it hanging around isn't great though, because here comes the tornado. Really need to evac this. Really need to evac this. No, no, he's coming back around. Although, I'm not sure what Dreadnaught's doing. I guess he's trying to circumvent the AA here, and now he'll turn it? No, honestly, I just think but neither player's paying attention. So he doesn't see the Nighthawk, perhaps, because now he's just going for the Alouette. Absolutely bizarre turn of events. Now he sees it. Will he get it? He should do. Whoa. What? Was that 2 missiles instead of 1? It looked like 1 missile, but it might have been 2, and that's because obviously that should have only dealt 6 damage, but maybe it was 2 missiles instead of 1. So yeah, that's why you don't want to leave the noob hawk just sort of hanging around. Interesting play with the CVs here, but yeah, it's odd that blue is choosing to attack into the forest as the tank division instead of into the open, and Doherty on red here is choosing to attack in the open instead of the forest, like this part. as the infantry division, or, well, you know, sort of... I guess it's not a true infantry division, it's just a hodgepodge of whoever was in Berlin when the war started. And yeah, those clusters not gonna one-shot a tank. The UK, of course, being the only nation in the game to not have an ATGM plane, despite the fact that the Jaguar was co-developed between Britain and France, and the Jaguar is an ATGM plane on France. And the Tornado was co-developed between Britain and Germany, and of course the German Tornado fires the Mavericks. But yeah, what can you do? That's life. Britain, of course, also the only nation in the game. I think? No, never mind. Does East Germany get an LGBT? I don't think they do. Britain, of course, being the only nation in the game I care about, to not get an LGBT either, despite the fact that they were one of the first adopters using the Harriers with LGBTs in the Falklands War. To great effect. But yeah, what can you do? We've got Berlin Light Rifles here, trying to engage the Chieftain Mark 11. Probably not going to go so well for the Berlin Light Rifles. You really want this Milan 2 team here. Or, you know, even here's a bit exposed, really. But here or here, that's a really good spot for it. But sadly, it is back here and a bit useless. Javelin could use some supply. So he's got the AA now, and he's going to try for this again. But, you know, he's running into tanks with an infantry division. Over here, Dreadnaught's just gone for the standard, okay, let's buy 2 CVs. And he's managed to push back in here, so not looking great for Doherty. Doherty. I don't know. And now he's buying Chieftain... I mean, it's good to have one tank in here, because if you get it to here, you can shoot anything coming down this road, which is a great thing to do once you've got the zone. But you probably don't need 2. Pivad's good for defending the tank, I suppose, from the air. And Dreadnaught back to just spamming arm rifles, and the Warrior Milan just spamming them all. Is working for him so far. This isn't going to work for Doherty, because the Raden has 1 armor and this has 3, and they both have the same gun. And of course, this one got the first shot off, being the stationary vehicle. Yeah, Dreadnaught, he's winning. He's winning the game. Doherty's push here sort of got taken care of, and now, you know, he's trying to move up here. I don't really think it's a good idea. Vab Milan probably not going to live very long. Yeah. Just the bad stealth on those Vab Milans. Stealth bad. The enemy will see you straight away when you shoot. Whereas these guys have stealth good, so you put them in a building especially. And they can be pretty much invisible, even with the GSR right there. Rifles coming in. Guess he's out of Sapper's Flam now. How many do you get? 4, 6? I can't remember. And Dreadnaught content to just tick +1. Oh, lose a rapier there to probably that Engineer's Dragon. And then, yeah, Vab Milan, same thing. This is why I don't really like them, because they're bad stealth, so they just die, and they've got 1 armor. Whereas, for example, a Warrior Milan, also bad stealth, but 3 armor, so at max range will actually survive a shot from most things. Chieftain Command Tank dies here, and I didn't see how. It must have been the rifles. Me casting poorly there, and yeah, the Sultan's been moved out, and that means that the +1 stopped at least. Dreadnaught choosing to attack in the not a great place for him, as we've discussed. Does take out that recon though, which will help him a lot. Difficult to negotiate this terrain. Sapper's Flam, very useful here. Engineer's Flash, very useful. Berlin does get Engineer's Flash. And he does have the AMX-30B. Over here, yeah, the rifles are just going to keep killing the IFVs, which is, you know, good for Doherty. And he's got this here, and once it gets to here, it could shoot down here, but then obviously he needs to clean out this first. Chieftain Mark 11 probably going to kill this, but it can't advance too far. Milan 2 team here, not the most useful thing in the world. If it gets to... which building is it? If it gets to here, it can be useful, but just generally, it's not that great. Whoa! CV Abrams just being brought to bear there. It's killing some guy. Would love to see this recon move up to here. He might be able to see some of these. And the Sultan moves back in, which isn't going to work out at all. Just the zone is so small, right? There it goes. Oh, that was a good CV snipe. Ah, apologies, I'm having some technical issues. My computer keeps crashing, I'm not sure why. Might be a temperature thing. I'm not sure. I'll keep an eye on it. So, we're in the game. And the arm rifles, it looks like Dreadnaught might have run out of regular rifles. Doherty being quite good with these chieftains. He's managed to get them forwards without getting them blown up. It's quite rare. Needs to move this Milan 2 back though. Damage in buildings is now distributed between the denizens of said building. It no longer kills one whole squad, then kills another whole squad. It's now equally distributed between them. And so you can't just leave your Milan in and let the other guys tank for him. IHE coming in here, which is going to get a lot of kills, and there was a rifles in here. I was just wrong. Emphasis on was. Not enough AA here for Dreadnaught, really. Especially with Doherty just spamming out those planes. And seeing Dreadnaught, you know, making a move here with his massive armoured advantage. He could have done this a lot earlier, actually. Milan 2's now been brought up a little bit. Oh no, it's another one. This one's just kind of useless where it is. I guess he's trying to lock down this, but you can move it up. Even put it in the same building as this one if you really want. 10 minutes left. Sizable lead for Dreadnaught, 250 points. Tornado cluster going for this Meep Abrams here. Meep. I don't think it'll get it. And he moves anyway. Yeah, the tornado cluster bombs in this long line, and because it's high altitude, you just move. Engine overheating. It's kind of weird how it stutters like that. One of the chieftains here managed to die, probably to these Hell Arms who have lost 2 missiles each, must have been. And we see Doherty pushing here now. Really useful. Yeah, I was gonna say you need a howitzer for this really. So here we go with the Paladin. This bad boy. And the Paladin should kill all this. Surprised Dreadnaught doesn't have the Milan 2 in the church. Remember that religious people can see further than atheists, so if you have it in this atheistic dwelling here, you don't see anything. If you have it in this religious dwelling here, you see very far. And that's a great place to put your ATGM team, because then it could shoot this, I think. Dreadnaught really getting air bullied here. Where are the tornadoes? Did they all die? Here we go, tornado out. On this map, because it's so big, you kind of need to idle them. This Meep needs to reverse, and he smokes some backs, which is good. These tornadoes, though, they're going to get this Mirage. What? No, never mind. He wants to kill a Hell Arm, apparently. That was not very intelligent. What? Okay, I was going to say, I would have been very surprised if that got out. Thing with Berlin is... What died there? Mirage Seeds. Yeah, so he kind of just left it in, which is a shame. He didn't have to do that. Thing with Berlin is once you get the manpad net up, the enemy can't really do too much. There's still some gaps here. You need some more manpads, really, but so far so good. Challenger Mark II, very low cohesion. Those rifles probably hit it a couple of times, but it will really mess up that chieftain. Quite surprised to see such a big tank investment on this side. These guys have rounds, but there's only 2 of them. They're gonna get stunned up pretty fast. Wow. Okay, they managed to get all 3 heroes. The Victoria Cross will be emailed to their nans. Of course, they are all dead, like most Victoria Cross recipients. Could use some supply here. There is some supply. And yeah, big investment buying 2 of them. Big investment, but 6 minutes left, whatever. Second Nighthawk out here. I believe you only get 1 per card. So he had 2 in his deck all this time. Like, that could just kill this in 1. He needs to use that on the Challenger. That's how you deal with burst UK, you just diversify them to death, because the AA doesn't have that good range. Can we find any AA? Tracked Rapier, anti-plane range, 3,500. It's better than it used to be. Javelin Lamau, not 3,500. No radar. And so you just use them to just kill the tanks. Drop one and evac would be my my advice, particularly after what happened last time. But he's greedy. He wants more. He wants more. And you see how that just lost targeting there. That wasn't a miss. This thing just disappeared. Because it doesn't have a radar. Alright. But he doesn't see anything. Idling this noob hawk, really not smart. Yeah, that's the second time that's happened. You just drop one bomb and leave. At least it doesn't kill Mr. Waller here. But yeah, you hate to see it. Righto. This is stabilized once more. I do wonder if Dreadnaught actually has any CVs left. But yeah, that really didn't have to die. It's very sad. You hate to see it. And what happened to the sec that was here? They'd be useful for scouting. This quote-unquote recon by force not going particularly well. Supply for this at least. But yeah, you want to recon there and not, you know, obviously these should be back here somewhere, or here. Milan 2 is going to be a problem. But isn't this why the artillery was purchased, to kill these guys? More planes. He thinks there's somebody in there, but there's not. And somehow he's really managed to whittle Dreadnaught down here. He's only got... Actually, no, he does have a lot of tanks back there. Here we go. Artillery is going to start paying for itself. But imagine if there was a sec here. Do they get Big Girl Squad? I think they took it off him. Oh, here we go. So he's going to smoke this and go forwards. But he's not... This is where the baddies are. Smoking this sort of makes sense, because you can run across here. It needs to bring up the supply. It needs to bring up the recon. Like, there's so many guys back here that could help out if they were just a bit closer. But I do like the idea. He's smoking this so we can run across this field. The guys here won't actually be able to shoot, because these trees will block and then the smoke will block. So he's thought about it. It's a good strat. Command zone lost. Oh, and he got in here. And there's no one here. It's just this. No, he's not going to fast path. What is he doing? He's fast pathing that up to there. He's not paying attention. He's going to die. No, what are you doing? What? Oh my god. And the smoke actually saves him here. The red smoke actually saves the blue unit here. Oh no, you hate to see it. And now he's like stuffing. Oh, what was that? That was a comedy of errors. Like, these guys couldn't kill that, and oh no, horrifying. If those rifles in here and the smoke blocked it. He's just fast. But now he's going past all these guys. What's going on? Just fast path it back here and into here. Somehow Doherty's been pushed out of here despite having every advantage. Just didn't invest any points in there for a while because he bought, what, 2 minutes worth of artillery? Just under. What? No! What? What's going on in this game? So many CV snipes. Oh no, and I missed this one as well. There was a rifles here that just killed that. I'm missing too much. But Dreadnaught's in here, but he's just... I'm pretty sure that was his last CV. I'm pretty confident it is, because you'd expect him to buy some if it wasn't. And why would he move it from all the way over here to all the way over there? That's what you do if you've got one CV left. So he's taken this zone, but Doherty is +2. And then he's got to get over to here somehow, and I do like the smoke strats. Good strat. Oh man. Comedy of errors. But yeah, Dreadnaught is taking this, but sadly he's just sort of fast passed this tank down here, survived this, and thought, I'll do it again. I'm invincible. And then this Milan 2, who I scorned all game for doing nothing, finally his moment came and he killed that. I think he might be running out of infantry. It's not often you see somebody buy 4 Scout Law 80. Their small squad size, of course, making them not the best option. This is, of course, the problem with artillery. If your enemy is paying attention, he will simply move. And that's going for the Lynx Helm, which could smoke this and run off. Oh, he's got plenty of CVs. Could get over here, maybe. Oh, it's not looking so good now, but... Total air bully needs to evac this way, not this way over all the AA, but he's just, yeah, not paying enough attention. Don't tell me this is going for this. Lots of red dying here. Oh, those were... Oh no, that was all his infantry died in the transports. That's really not good. And yeah, that was going for that. Flies over all the pivards, flies over all the javelins. Does not make it out. Who is surprised? I guess these guys know there's only 30 seconds left. They're just both throwing the kitchen sink at their opponents. But this Doherty killing all the blue CVs, you know, Dreadnaught being too aggressive with his CVs, kept sending them in here to get a couple points, and now Doherty's +2. He is winning. 15 seconds left, though. And yeah, he's just fast moving, but no CVs. You can tell because he's not buying any. So what can he do? Do you know what I mean? There's no way. There's only 3 seconds left anyway. So yeah, GG. 420 to 316. And yeah, really funny game. And it's a draw, comrade. Because... I don't know, it's something about 5%. Let me get my calculator up. I think it's 5%, it's a draw. It might be 10. So 420 divided by 10 is obviously 42. And 361 plus 42 is 403. So that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's 10%. No, hang on, I just said that. 420 divided by 10 is 42. And 42 plus 361 is 403. Maybe it's 15%. I don't know. It was a draw. Maybe it's 10% of 2,000, which would be 200. That would make sense. But yeah, really close. If both guys had just been a little bit faster, they would have won. Dreadnaught, not many games. Plays pretty well for a guy with 6 ranked games. Maybe this is a smurf. And when I click on Doherty, it just comes up with me. This isn't me. Just believe me, bro. It's not me. So yeah, KD... B team doing all right at the start. Really good airplay from Doherty. Really good airplay. Really strange to see the new park usage was really bad. I have to be honest. If he just dropped one bomb and got out and bought it a lot earlier, he would have got way more value out of those. But he dropped one, just idled it, and it died. This guy did well, Mr. Tran. Zhang. Killed quite a few, killing arm rifles as well. Very exciting. And then on the other side, yeah, not particularly great airplay from Dreadnaught. Sorry, I was just checking his name. I'm very tired. Yeah, and then if you look at the chronology, you see that you know, Red was doing all right, and then yeah, and then Blue had the mid game. Towards the end, it was very much on Blue's terms, but he had ran out of CVs. Kills mean nothing. CVs mean everything. GG.